Thank you, Mayor. I would like to introduce other members of the Parks and Rec Committee that are here. Joe Arredondo and Annette Clausen. Joe and Annette, thank you for coming. I don't have much to say. I just want to extend our congratulations to the both families, the Haydens and the Montis. I've had the privilege of knowing both, and I think it is appropriate that the merging of the two families and the merging of the two parks and walkways, I think it is very appropriate, and we are honored to have such two distinguished families that we can honor in the city of Tempe. So again, we thank you for your contribution to Tempe, and I hope in some small way this helps pay back some of the contributions that you've made to our city. We thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Jamie. At this time, I'd like to ask Konrad Monti, and following him will be Michael Monti to make some comments on behalf of the Monti family. Konrad?
Let's hold that applause. I want to thank everyone for coming out today and honoring this fine and esteemed man or men. And both of these two gentlemen, Leonard Monti and Hayden, been a great part of my life for so many years. Of course, my father is a giant to us, and we're forever grateful for him. I want to thank the Mayor Giuliano, Diane Segura, and past council members, Harry Mitchell, past mayors, Bill Lupiano, and I know I've forgotten quite a few people who were influential in this great honor. Of course, I want to particularly thank the modest and unopinionated Bill Ream for his help here. And thank you all very much for coming.
I'll be brief, just repeating the same thanks that Konrad has expressed. I just wanted to go over quickly how it is that my father started his association with the Butte, and that is in 1966 he had surgery for slip discs in his back, and his muscles in his back and legs atrophied quite a bit at that time. So once he was out of the hospital, he made a point of rehabilitating himself. He began to cross the street every day and come up to the Butte and go back. When he was a little stronger, he began to climb a little bit and then go down. And finally, he reached the point at his apogee where he was climbing and coming down and going back up again and coming down, even in the hottest days of the summer. So it was his act of rehabilitation. Now, I'm not quite sure how Hayden got dragged into the picture, but it was always kicking and screaming from what I understood. The other point I wanted to make is that this trail has a special significance, not just for exercise and recreation, but as a place of contemplation. Because in those sojourns up and down the Butte, at which point my dad recruited such luminaries as the late Dr. Schaafstall, Hayden C. Hayden, Professor Ross Rice, Senator Mack, not a single issue of any importance in the last 3 decades went undiscussed or undebated. And I'm sure many a solution to the world's problems were arrived at on these walks. That also explains the profligate growth of plants along the trail side, because they were well fertilized. So again, I'd like to thank you all, especially Diane Segura, for pulling this together. And in honor of my parents, thank you.
Thank you, Konrad and Mike. And at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Hayden C. Hayden to come forward, and Hayden would like to make a couple of remarks.